Hi there, this is Mr. Souji again for another review, this time of the 1/144th Tallgeese 3, although it's been assembled in its Tallgeese 2 mode. Something that you will notice is this is the exact same as the no-grade Tallgeese and Tallgeese 2. What they have done is essentially release the Tallgeese One, no grade. Then when the Tallgeese 2 came out, since it's almost the same suit, they gave you a few extra parts and some stickers and released it as a Tallgeese 2. And then when the Tallgeese 3 came out, gave you just one sheet of extra parts and pretty much the parts that were exclusive to the Tallgeese 1. Tallgeese 3. So they've essentially sold you the same kit 3 times, which is something Bandai has been known to do. The nice thing about it is they didn't have to, but they did give you a new torso for the Tallgeese 3. And excuse me, I'm new to this review thing. So you've got like this nice flexible torso. Unfortunately, they didn't really fix any of the problems, and it still sort of comes off as a no grade. The articulation is below average. He has, even though his knees are double jointed, they don't bend. They sort of lock into this weird position, but you can't even really make him kneel. His boosters fall off all the time, as you just saw, and they don't really want to open up the same way as, say, the 1/100th high grade does. You actually have to pull the boosters out, and it's a pain in the butt. And you can't really have them both pulled open all the way. But as I was saying about the legs, I'm going to take this back skirt off. The back skirt just won't let the legs go back very far, but I can take this thing off. You can sort of see, I'm not sure if this is focusing, this isn't really a very good camera for doing this type of stuff with, but you can sort of see that there's just, for some reason they decided to fill that up, and maybe they thought it would look better, but you still see up most of the inside of the leg. That sort of doesn't really let them bend back too much. Because of the double joint, you can sort of lock it into sort of a walking forward position, but it still just sort of looks bad. Also, this is an older kit, so you will notice, unlike some of the newer kits, you'll notice a lot of little mistakes on them. Some little plastic issues, especially around seam lines. For example, his head, his mohawk is a perfect example. Once again, don't know if you can see it, but it has sort of a really bad line going through. Even though it's not two parts put together, it's not even a seam line, it's just a really bad part going through the middle. It has a circle point, I guess, where they released the mold or something. It has one right here, and then a reverse circle joint right here. So it looks really bad. You'll need to paint this kit any way you go. You're gonna need some sandpaper to fix it. There are other reviews that have posability, but essentially, posability could be better. The thing is this torso joint right here. There's some new high grades that can't do it. Heck, there are some most master grades can't pull that stuff off. So I'll give it credit for that. At least they did try something. This shield mount is nice. It's nice that they have the little mount on the shoulder for this, but really that could have been done better because his gun, but it's at a weird angle. You notice I don't have the Tallgeese 3 parts here. I'm building this as a Tallgeese One. I might do some custom work for it, but really this is supposed to be a Tallgeese One, so yeah, it's a Tallgeese One. I'll show you the parts. What I'm going to do is modify this. I'm going to essentially fix the posability issue. Also, how does this kit have no front skirt and can't barely bend forward? Not even barely a 45-degree angle altogether. There's almost no point in it having any bendability. So I'm going to mod these skirts. It's not even the skirt itself, it's just a general design, you know? That probably needs to be separate or something. But yeah, fucking dicks. Oh, that didn't pick that up. Um, Even though I pretty much just nagged on this, this is still, it's probably better for me to put this back together. And something I like, and if I do more reviews like this, something I like out of a kit, and can sometimes make this booster. I lost. Oh, there's his booster. You're gonna not be able to see my face. Anyways, something that I like about Bandai is a lot of times they'll just, because they like to resell the same kit over and over again as different kits, they'll oftentimes put, actually that is a really decent pose for something so badly put together. Also the boosters, they don't want to go all the way up, and if you have both of them, they don't want to stay up either. And both of the reasons, I'm thinking it's because of the way this hinges. What I'm essentially going to do is shave this off a little bit. That way it'll have enough room. Once it gets all the way up, it can just sit there. And then I'm going to shave that off and fix the skirt and all that stuff. And I will do a review of that once I get it put together. And that'll include all the Tallgeese 3 parts because I'm going to work those into the design. But considering, I like when Bandai does that sometimes, simply because you buy a kit and it comes with a bunch of extra parts that you do not need. Therefore, you have extra parts for your other kits or when you do kit bashes and stuff. Kind of like the new high-grade Banshee came with the shield and the gun and a few extra small parts that I can use on other things. It's nice when they do stuff like that. For size comparisons, what I'm going to do is always compare it to an average sized mobile suit. Essentially, original Gundam. 18 meters, 16 meters. I don't include the horn. He's not standing up straight. It's actually really good. So yeah, very accurate in size. But the thing is I'm not really gonna harp on. I've mostly been giving negatives for it, but one is Tallgeese. Tallgeese is like the coolest suit in Winged. Um, Two, he, it's like $10. You can get this at like Gundam Store and more for $10. Um, Shipping and everything maybe. I bought two of them and gave one to a friend because they were so cheap. And for $10 you can't argue with it. So something I'm going to start doing is I'm going to give you the option to choose which kit I review next. So I am going to pick. I'm essentially going to pick the kits. You can have, and I haven't even put this guy together. Since we're doing Wing, the 1/100th Heavyarms Endless Waltz, or the 1/100th Master Grade Heavyarms Ver Ka or EW, the Master Grade. I can review either of those, or since we're going all Kotoki here, I can also review Gundam version Kotoki. RX-78 version Kotoki. So pick one of those three, just post it in the comments, and you can pick which I pick next. If you see any kits in the background or anything at any point and want that, if enough people ask, I'll review them. But yeah, it's a pretty decent kit. I'd recommend buying it if you like Tallgeese. If you don't like Tallgeese, I wouldn't really recommend picking it up. But if you're a fan of the suit, or you think it's decent, you like Wing, go ahead and pick it up. All right, see ya.